It's a great day for transformation. Good day, good people. It is the first day of June, 2023. Welcome to another morning manifestation session. And I am your host, leader, Samuel. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you today as I am the spiritual leader, the transformational leader of One Transformation Center, where we celebrate humanity. In addition, we believe our mission is to inspire, motivate, heal lives and relationships across the globe. So thank you for joining us this morning, and we like to consider ourselves the proverbial gas station, the fill-up station, where you can stop by first thing in the morning and fill up your fuel. Fuel up. We're not running empty today at all. You often hear me say, well, I'll say it again. How you begin your day is how it will end. So we like for us to begin our day on full. Begin our day with all the tools and resources that we need to ensure that we can go forth and live and fulfill the mission of the day. Why is that? Because we understand that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We understand that we are an extension and reflection of the Master Creator. And in that space, we just continue to stand with the understanding to align, the understanding that we are here for God. In return, we are here for you. So how do we achieve this morning? For those who are new, we start out with 3 deep breaths. And then we continue on to our oath of manifestation, followed by our affirmative word, our affirmative message of the day, concluding with our prayer of gratitude. So we thank you for joining us. Please take a moment and like the stream wherever you're tuning in from. Like, share, and comment. Use the hashtag morning manifestation. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know how you're accessing this. Say good morning, no matter if you're on the live stream or listen to the replay. We would love to hear from you. All right, without any further ado, let's get ourselves ready to begin the session. All right, good people. As stated before, we begin each session with 3 breaths. So frequently we forget to breathe. We forget to take that conscious breath. Not understanding that when we breathe, we transition ourselves from a space of reaction to one of respondence. Then secondly, we increase the oxygen levels in our bodies, which gives us energy, vitality, the ability to think and to operate at a higher capacity. The greatest athletes understand that the more oxygen that you have in your body, the more, the faster, the greater you operate. So, we're going to begin each morning with 3 breaths. We're going to begin with 3 breaths. And with each inhale, we will allow ourselves to align with everything, every person, every place, everything that is working together for our best and highest good. Followed by our exhales, where we will release everything, every place, person, every idea, limited belief, philosophy that is no longer working for our good. We're going to let it go if it doesn't support us right where we are. So let's begin. Close your eyes if you can. And those who are unable to, just soften your gaze. And as we begin to inhale our first breath through our nose, remember to allow everything that supports you in this moment to enter into that inhale with you. Let's begin. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Again, inhale deeply through your nose. And exhale. One last time. Fill up your lungs. Feel the air running through your body, circulating from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Inhale. And let it go. Release. Release, release, let it go. I want you to shrug your shoulders, roll them back and forth. Shake your arms out, raise them to the sky, and back down again. Doesn't that feel good? You feel the blood circulating more quickly through your body now? That's the feeling of being alive. Just take a moment to enjoy this, sit in it. As we transition to the oath of manifestation. All right, the oath of manifestation. I like to call this our promise to ourselves. Our promise to ourselves to permit, to allow, to accept the gift of manifestation. Everything that is working together for your best and highest good. Everything that is expected and unexpected, known and unknown, seen and unseen, tangible and intangible. We're going to allow this to become our truth in this moment. I call this our Declaration of Independence, or in our Emancipation Proclamation, all rolled into one. Because we're giving ourselves permission to live greater, to experience more. All right, it's on the screen. Read along with absolute passion as we declare, I accept and receive unexpected good, unexpected money, unexpected love, unexpected kindness, unexpected generosity, unexpected offers, unexpected prosperity, coming in unexpected ways from unexpected places, in my life and the life of others. I am constantly guided and boldly empowered. to receive the lavish abundance of the universe. I accept the principle that abundance and prosperity have already been given to me. My acceptance makes it real and opens the space for manifestation to rush in. I open wide the doors of my consciousness to receive and to give. It is done now. Through this oath of manifestation, all things are possible. I declare absolutely that I live in a friendly universe that is always providing for me. I can feel it powerfully happening now. I open to receive more abundance and to give more abundance than I have ever experienced before. I can afford anything I desire. In fact, I am so prosperous, I need never worry again. I am grateful for all that I already have, and grateful for all that I'm ready to give. I keep myself lifted in high consciousness, no matter what the appearances are. God is all there is. I let the God times roll, and so it is. And so it is. Now allow this moment just to, in this oath, this promise that you've made to yourself, to permeate deep inside yourself and make itself at home on the mantle of your heart as it activates every cell within your being and ignites your DNA to operate for your best and highest good. For you are deserving. Now it is time for our affirmative reading and prayer, which derive from A Course of Miracles, which can be found at acim.org, www.acim.org, which is the abbreviation for A Course in Miracles. I also placed it in the chat for you to be able to access it as well. At least I thought it did. Well, we'll go ahead and do it now. The Course of Miracle today comes from lesson 152, which reminds us the power of decision is our own. Let's listen to the narrator as he shares with us the reading of the day.
Lesson 152. The power of decision is my own. No one can suffer loss unless it be his own decision. No one suffers pain except his choice elects this state for him. No one can grieve nor fear nor think him sick unless these are the outcomes that he wants. And no one dies without his own consent. Nothing occurs but represents your wish, and nothing is omitted that you choose. Here is your world, complete in all details. Here is its whole reality for you, and it is only here salvation is. You may believe that this position is extreme and too inclusive to be true. Yet can truth have exceptions? If you have the gift of everything, can loss be real? Can pain be part of peace, or grief of joy? Can fear and sickness enter in a mind where love and perfect holiness abide? Truth must be all-inclusive if it be the truth at all. Accept no opposites and no exceptions, for to do so is to contradict the truth entirely. Salvation is the recognition that the truth is true and nothing else is true. This you have heard before, but may not yet accept both parts of it. Without the first, the second has no meaning, but without the second, is the first no longer true? Truth cannot have an opposite. This cannot be too often said and thought about. For if what is not true is true as well as what is true, then part of truth is false, and truth has lost its meaning. Nothing but the truth is true, and what is false is false. This is the simplest of distinctions, yet the most obscure, but not because it is a difficult distinction to perceive. It is concealed behind a vast array of choices that do not appear to be entirely your own, and thus the truth appears to have some aspects that belie consistency, but do not seem to be but contradictions introduced by you. As God created you, you must remain unchangeable, with transitory states by definition false. And that includes all shifts in feeling, alterations in conditions of the body and the mind, in all awareness and in all response. This is the all-inclusiveness which sets the truth apart from falsehood, and the false kept separate from the truth as what it is. Is it not strange that you believe to think you made the world you see is arrogance? God made it not. Of this you can be sure. What can he know of the ephemeral, sinful and the guilty, the afraid, suffering and lonely, and the mind that lives within a body that must die? You but accuse him of insanity to think he made a world where such things seem to have reality. He is not mad, yet only madness makes a world like this. You think that God made chaos, contradicts his will, invented opposites to truth, and suffers death to triumph over life. All this is arrogance. Humility would see at once these things are not of him. And can you see what God created not? To think you can is merely to believe you can perceive what God willed not to be. And what could be more arrogant than this? Let us today be truly humble and accept what we have made as what it is. The power of decision is our own. Decide but to accept your rightful place as co-creator of the universe, and all you think you made will disappear. What rises to awareness then will be all that there ever was, eternally as it is now. And it will take the place of self-deceptions made but to usurp the altar to the Father and the Son. Today we practice true humility, abandoning the false pretense by which the ego seeks to prove it arrogant. Only the ego can be arrogant. but truth is humble in acknowledging its mightiness, its changelessness, and its eternal wholeness, all-encompassing, God's perfect gift to his beloved Son. We lay aside the arrogance which says that we are sinners, guilty and afraid, ashamed of what we are, and lift our hearts in true humility instead to him who has created us immaculate, like to himself in power and in love. The power of decision is our own, and we accept of him that which we are, and only recognize the Son of God. To recognize God's Son implies as well that all self-concepts have been laid aside and recognized as false. Their arrogance has been perceived, and in humility the radiance of God's Son, his gentleness, his perfect sinlessness, his Father's love, his right to heaven and release from hell, are joyously accepted as our own. Now do we join in glad acknowledgement that lies are false, and only truth is true. We think of truth alone as we arise and spend 5 minutes practicing its ways, encouraging our frightened minds with this: the power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what my Father's will created me to be. Then will we wait in silence, giving up all self-deceptions as we humbly ask ourselves that he reveal himself to us, and he who never left will come again to our awareness, grateful to restore his home to God as it was meant to be. In patience, wait for him throughout the day, and hourly invite him with the words with which the day began, concluding it with this same invitation to yourself. God's voice will answer, for he speaks for you and for your Father. He will substitute the peace of God for all your frantic thoughts, the truth of God for self-deceptions, and God's Son for your illusions of yourself.
And this is the word, the affirmative word of the day, affirmative reading of the day. The power of decision is our own. There were so many nuggets that was in there, and it all began with the declaration of truth. We have been covering this for the past couple of weeks, and I've really been working to highlight what truth is. And this message really clarified it in a simplistic manner. Truth is changeless. Truth is not arrogant, it's filled with humility. Truth is constant. Truth gives you the power and the clarity for you to be who you are. You know, in this, it was sharing with us this morning about our decisions. There's a reason that medically it is stated that the mind, the brain, is the strongest muscle in our body. Even though many of us don't spend much time and energy on developing that muscle, strengthening that muscle. We spend more time in the gym on our physical selves. We spend more time in the salons or providing our rituals for our daily maintenance with regards to our hair, makeup for ladies, and, you know, our outfits. We spend more time thinking about our diets and our nutrition, where the mind requires all these things. And because we do not provide this maintenance, this attention to our minds, we allow ourselves to be weakened and subservient to any and every narrative that may come our way. That resonates with our ego, ego. And our ego finds a way to tell us what is right. And sometimes it can operate from a space of false humility when it's just disguising its arrogance. Now, what do you mean by arrogance, Samuel? What I mean by that is simple. The ego wants you to take an I mentality. There was this politician, real estate developer, that often said, I alone can fix this. That I alone can change this. You need me here to be able to advocate for you. When the reality is you don't. You need for yourself to show up. You need for the consciousness of society to reconnect with its divinity, with its righteousness in its rightful place. But the power of decision is your own. You make the unconscious, subconscious, and conscious decisions. And regardless if we understand this at this moment, and I challenge you just to be more studious of your thoughts. Understand where that decision comes from. The truth of where it comes from. Is it for your best interest? Or is it for the best interest of the entirety of society, the entirety of the universe, the collective society? Is it in your best interest or in the best interest of your family? Is it in your best interest or the best interest of your dynamic relationships? That's a very easy barometer of the ego. Many of us desire to manifest more heightened relationships, more trustworthy relationships, and yet we're making decisions based upon our egos. Whether it's from a space of fear of making a mistake, fear of being righteous, fear of disappointment, fear of trying to prevent yourself from being hurt, fear of being hurt, of being disappointed. Or is it could be from a space of, I'm going to be proactive, so I'm going to create the experiences that I desire to make sure that I win, that I get out of this exactly what I want out of it. And what you may not be hearing in that conversation, there is one word that has been constantly repeated in that narrative. And that word simply begins with it simply is one letter, which happens to be a vowel, and it is not A. It is I. Instead of saying, I simply desire for the best and highest good to occur for all those involved. All those involved. I understand everything happens for the best and highest good for all who are involved. Not just some. And I had to do that myself. It was necessary for me to take an assessment, because I was in a space of creation from one demographic of people and not all. Truth is inclusive. Truth must always be inclusive, if it be truth at all. Truth must always be inclusive, if it be truth at all. So anytime you say something is truth, but yet it is not inclusive, it is not truth. You can simply try to qualify and say, well, it's my truth. No. You don't understand something. There is only one truth. There's only one truth. Anything outside of that oneness is an ambition, is a desire, is a personal motivation, is an illusion that you created in order to try to give yourself permission to ease your conscience. It's like having one foot in and one foot out, straddling the fence. Either you're in or you're out. It's all or nothing. Your consciousness, your thought process in that moment is relative to the idea of what a previous government administration was putting out there called a false narrative. An alternative truth. There's no alternative to the truth. It is or it isn't. It is or it isn't. Nothing else is true. Everything else is false. Just because you put the word truth or true in it doesn't make it true. It makes it palatable. It makes it agreeable, but not truth. Not a truth at all. And to think so would be arrogant. And your arrogance comes from your ego, ego, edging God out. So how is that truth? If God isn't in it, how is that the truth? Something to ponder. As you remember, the power of decision is your own. So what reality you're creating, what experiences you are manifesting in your life are from your own manifestation, from your own desires, ambitions. So I challenge you today to decide to accept your rightful place as co-creator of the universe. And not sole creators, S-O-L-E, but co-creators. And understand the role that you are here to play. You know, for the last week or so, we were holding on to the idea of having our minds to be as the mind of God, to be succinct with how God thinks, to be righteous, to be holy. Not just H-O-L-Y, but W-H-O-L-L-Y. To be inclusive, to be connected, to truly be the light for the world to see, to be an extension and reflection of creation. And by doing so, all you think you made will disappear. You'll realize that you are a part of creation, not the main creator. That's essential. That's essential. the power of decision is your own. So let's spend a few minutes contemplating, meditating on this thought. Say it with me. The power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what my Father's will created me to be. Nothing else. Say it again. The power of decision is my own. This day I will accept myself as what my Father's will created me to be. One more time, just for good measure. The power of decision is my own. That means everything that's been created around you began with you. This day, I will accept myself as what my Father's will created me to be. Let's just take a moment to meditate on those words, to fully embrace this truth, and to allow ourselves to shift our consciousness to be in total alignment with God's will for you is, with your divine placement. With your soul contract, your agreement. Take it in. Remember who you have been created to be and whose you are. For you are a spiritual being having a human experience, created in the perfect image and reflection of that which is omnipotent, that which is omnipresent, that which is all-knowing. Simply tune in, tap in to the truth of who you are and whose you are, to your power of co-creation, in the remembrance of no matter how much you think you got it out the mud, that you alone did not achieve those accolades that you celebrate. For it was that perfect DNA that oxygen that was given to you by the trees and the flowers around you. It was that sunlight that provided you with the vitamin D and you allowed yourself to receive the benefits of the vitamin C. It was the nutrients and the minerals of your foods. It was the supports of the supporting cast, your coaches, your teachers, your family, your mentors. You have not accomplished anything on your own. It is those who support you, who invest in you, that permit you from being able to permit you the ability of sustainability, of heightened appearance. You did none of this on your own. You simply made a decision to show up, to be present. And that decision was enough to ensure that the energy and essence that we know is God was present, celebrated. Let's move to a space of prepared gratitude. Father, Mother, God, we give thanks for who you are in our lives. We give thanks for who you are in these experiences each and every moment of the day. Because you are omnipresent, we know that you are always here for us and you've never forsaken nor left us. We know that your truth is forever constant. Thanks for that too. We give thanks for the reminder that the power of decision is our own. And we affirm today that we will accept ourselves as what your will has created us to be. For you've created us for an auspicious time, for a phenomenal purpose. To witness yourself in action. And we are honored and privileged to be amongst your numbers. We are honored and privileged to be co-creators with you. So we simply ask that your will is continued to be done on earth as it is in heaven. We affirm today that we are open and more allowing to align with your best and highest good. We release arrogance. We release alternative truths. We release false narratives. We release anything that is not absolute truth. We take the steps today to proactively cleanse our minds and our hearts to be in correlation with your will, absolutely and forevermore. For there is nothing else more relevant. There's nothing else more important than that your will is done. So we stand in this space with resolute. We stand in this space without any false narratives, false ideas, any philosophical parodies that we think are more relevant in this space that may give us a sense of relevance. We release those things in full acceptance of your will being done in our lives in this moment. We let go of the lies. We let go of the illusions that we tell ourselves. Some of us have been making a decision today to lose everything, when the reality is that the world is ours to gain because you created it. It's our inheritance. So instead of us focusing on the positives, we focus on the negatives. We focus on the lacks. We focus on what we think is happening instead of trusting your will to be done. Trusting that we are victorious in every way. Trusting that you are in this too. So today we surrender this doubt. We surrender this agitation and this frustration. We surrender this limited belief system, this limited mindset, and exchange it for truth. To think as you think, to see as you see, to move as you move. For the abundance of the inherent abundance, the abundant inheritance that you have for us. We accept it for the blessings, for all the blessings that you have for us, and we're grateful that you bless us indeed, and you continuously enlarge our territories. We're grateful. Today we will see the world differently. See it as you have created it, you have designed it. See it from the perspective of your will being done through us, as your co-creator, as your co-pilot. Navigate us, order our steps accordingly, and again, have your will to be done today and forevermore. We are grateful. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. And so it is. Amen. In Ashe. Asheo. All right, good people, that completes our session for today. If you've missed any part of that, please feel free to go back and check it out on YouTube at the One Transformation Center channel. Go click there. When you get there, just click the like button, the thumbs up. Click the subscribe. Also, click the notification bell and share it with other people so that you can be aware when we have new opportunities, we have new podcasts, we have new lives, streams appearing. You'll be one of the first to know. We thank you for your support and your alignment with our vision to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe. Feel free to support our mission with a donation via Givelify, Givelify, online or through the app. And simply just search for One Transformation Center. And whatever denomination you provide, we would greatly appreciate it. It would go a long way. For to give and to receive are one and the same. There's something out there that you desire to receive. Give something to make room for its reception. I'll say this again. There's something out there that you desire to receive. You've been praying for something. Give something to make room for your reception. In addition to that, we give thanks for the investment that you're making into your daily transformation, your transformational journey. And we hope that you continue to join us daily at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 5 a.m. Club, Monday through Friday. We may do 6. Why not? And 6 a.m. on the weekends. We were doing 8 a.m. We're going to do 6. We're going to do 6. In addition, tune in to Wednesday nights. Matter of fact, on next Wednesday, we have a great program coming on. We have a great guest coming on. It's going to make you laugh. So tune in next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 p.m. Pacific, for the transformative conversations. Transformative conversations. And as you continue your journey today, I want to encourage you to be the change you desire to see. Again, let me take my glasses off for this one. Be the change you desire to see. For you are deserving. You are absolutely deserving. So until next time, we love you, we honor you, we support you. And we see God in you. I see God in you. Be great, good people.